Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello and welcome to Monday's KVJ After the Show podcast. How is everybody here today? Yeah, here we go. We're working a couple new ditties on the guitar, I hear. Sounds nice.
What you working out over there?
Yeah, just some fucking bullshit.
Oh, that sounds like a panty dropper to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, your panties dropped, did they?
Twice.
Yeah?
Can you get that for me?
She's wearing 3 pairs of panties, though.
Granny panties don't count.
Yeah.
Well, when you leak.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, you gotta
watch how much she
several.
talks. 'Cause eventually she's gonna say something gross.
Yeah, it just ramps right up into it. It's definitely gonna wind up there. Some way, somehow.
It's fun, though.
Yeah.
It is. That's how my family talks. I'm so used to just vulgarity. I was raised on vulgarity.
That's like anybody did anything too crazy this weekend. Sounded more domesticated for the most part.
Yeah, I was big time in the house doing projects, and the bills weren't on, so I put Panda to work yesterday, and you could tell he was just not loving life. He was fighting with the screen door for about 10 hours.
Yeah, that's tough.
I was out quite a bit. I was out with you. I went over to my buddy's house. I got to do a jam session, an impromptu jam session I wasn't expecting.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent some time with Denny's, sweet Denny's.
Nice.
So you had some good stuff then.
I did. I had a fun weekend.
Any girls around?
There's girls around, but you basically want to know, did I hook up with anybody? And the answer is no, Virginia.
Anybody catch your eye?
Yeah, my guitar. She don't talk back to me. She talks for me.
I know that's a quote of some old school musician.
It is.
Who's probably dead.
He's adored. He's dead as fuck. Stevie Ray Vaughan is very dead or extremely sleepy.
Yeah, one thing I forgot to drop over the weekend is, I don't know where they rate on the whole scale of wings, but I eat a lot of chicken wings.
Yes.
Love chicken wings.
Chicken wings are so fun.
And Publix wings, I could make an argument that they're the best that you can get in South Florida.
Well, Kevin, let me tell you about butt chicken and seafood wings.
Okay.
They're delicious.
Okay. The only problem is that I do grilled wings.
Yeah, I know you do the grilled. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Philip and see if they've ever done a grilled wing there or not.
If they've ever put a grill, that would be fun.
But you have to. That means you have to put new equipment in, right?
Right, and that is a major project. And then if it'll even fit, like if your kitchen is designed that you have just enough space for everything you need, sometimes you don't have the option to add a new big piece of equipment.
Yeah.
It's just not an option.
So these Publix wings were fantastic because, one, they were big and meaty. They were grilled Virginia, and they had Cajun spice.
Ooh.
Is what they did for them.
I love that Cajun spice. You know that.
Yeah, I got those big old thing of them on Friday, and they lasted me all the way till yesterday. It was fantastic. When I went to go get them, though, I go in there, and they've got, the Publix deli that's in there, and sometimes they're hard to find because you don't know what they're going to put out. They'll have different kinds of chicken.
Right.
They got the rotisseries, they got the fried chicken, all that kind of
And
stuff.
you better hope somebody that was hungry for the grilled wings before you didn't come and scoop them all up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because whatever's in the hot thing is in the hot thing.
Well, and going on a Friday when you got the weekend, you never know what you're going to get. And so, yeah, it was like, Friday early evening, and I'm like, I'm probably not going to find any wings. And then I went up to the Publix deli, and lo and behold, there was a big old delicious hot box of grilled wings that were there. And I kind of go, there's a couple people that were like there. There's like 4 people that were kind of standing there, but they weren't like at the counter. I'm like, okay, they were just like chit-chatting and whatever's going on. I'm kind of like looking, and I'm like, all right, well, the odd place to have a conversation.
They're cock blocking your chicken.
Yeah.
Which is a cock.
Yeah, it is. You're right. They were literally
They were
cock blocking.
blocking you.
Yes.
You're right.
And so I'm like, all right, well, move, get out the way. I got to get some chicken.
Bitch.
And so I go up and I grab the box of chicken, and all I heard was like, oh my gosh, that guy just grabbed it. And I'm like, I look around, and they're all looking at me. And they're like, we were just playing rock, paper, scissors for that box of chicken wings. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. So they're distracted playing rock, paper, scissors for the damn box of chicken wings. And everybody
Ralston!
And I came up, and there was a part of me, there was a second where I'm like, take off.
Run!
What are they going to do, tackle me? But then I thought they're going to catch me at the line, and I don't know how this etiquette works, but they were, so I'm like, I'm not going to fight over, but they had extra wings that you can get them, they're already cooled and refrigerated. I went home, heated them up. It wasn't a big deal. But, yeah, you got to watch. And I got to tell people that if you are cock blocking at the Publix deli, you got to watch. You got to still hold your ground because a sneaky old dude like me can come in and steal some chicken.
Standing in front of the hot case is not the time to be playing games. Grab your chicken and move the fuck along.
There's a lot of confusion at the hot case because sometimes there's people there for the subs, and in some Publixes, you don't have to have a ticket for the sub.
Right.
So there's people,
and some you do.
And some you do. So now you've got people waiting for the hot case. Some are waiting for the sub. Some have numbers. Some don't. It breeds confusion.
But if people are standing in front of the hot chicken playing games, I mean, that's on them. They're messing up the flow of chicken. Grab your chicken and move.
Look, we love playing games around these parts, but not about chicken.
Not in front of the chicken.
We just don't do this with chicken.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
it's Friday night. I got places to go. Like, I want to get home. I had some, I had some stuff to watch. I had some good stuff going on the TV. I had some baseball. I had football. I had everything I wanted. I'm like, all I need was chicken.
I loved it how they're like, he grabbed it.
That's what I heard over my shoulder because I was just sneaking in. I was snagged it. I was snaking. I was like, oh my gosh, that guy just grabbed it. And I was like, the only guy I can
Grabbed
think
what?
of. Yeah.
If you don't want that drama, do that delivery.
Yeah.
They'll deliver it to you.
What's that?
The Publix chicken wings.
Oh, okay.
Through their app.
Yeah. No, I didn't mind. I didn't mind going out. I just didn't know how things worked and what the etiquette was at that Publix deli. You just got to watch.
Yeah, you do. Anytime anything is grab and go like that, it's real bizarre. Like, people go up there and they haven't made up their mind yet either. And they're standing there blocking you, making their decisions. Make your decision in your car, asshole. Don't stand in front of the chicken and block all the chicken.
Yeah, how the fuck don't you know you're ordered at the deli if you are a grown-ass adult?
Thank you.
I mean, come on.
Put it together before you get there because people behind you are waiting.
Yeah. Well, it's like where they had the hot area and they just slide them forward. And I guess these two couples must have arrived at the exact same time that both reached for that box of chicken wings and like, and then
You entered Wing Wars.
Yeah, and then they backed off and I slid right in.
That's amazing.
That's being smart.
It was, honestly, it was really pretty amazing. And if I would have just taken off, they'd be like, son of a bitch.
If you would have done that to me, though, I would have been like mad respect.
If I wouldn't have stopped,
You're just a chicken assailant at that point, and you're just so balls.
I mean, unwritten rules. I mean, it's not necessarily your chicken. You haven't paid for it. And
Exactly.
you guys are over here off to the side playing rock, paper, scissors for a box of chicken. I just came in and snaked. But
You had every right to take that chicken. It would have been funny though if they started chasing you.
I just wonder, am I going to get in a Friday night chicken chase through Publix? People be like, was that Kevin? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah,
Somebody's going to see you.
Yeah.
I saw Kevin from the KVJ show fighting these good people over chicken.
It'd be like a bizarre, I just don't know if I can live with myself. It's a bizarre dream.
Oh, the headline would be that you came and stole their chicken, and it would just paint you.
And then it's a moral debate, and I could have been caught off on the wrong side. I'd be like, well, dude, that's not cool. You kind of knew that you were probably snaking somebody's chicken, and I kind of did. I'm like, oh no, wait, am I grabbing somebody's chicken?
I like what Angie says in the chat room. She says, if it wasn't a pre-order, it's fair game, and I 110% agree with that. It's fair game.
Trust me, you ever had that where you have too much you have to think over in a split second? And that's where we wind up in today's cancel culture and everything out there. You got to make some of these moral decisions, and there's a lot to weigh because this could be a pretty good argument. I think I could have been in the clear. And there was a part of me, the devil on my shoulder said, Kevin, that's delicious chicken. You're technically in the right because this is a common area, box of chicken. No one had ordered this. They just put that out there.
Nobody's hands were even on it.
Nobody's hands were on it. No one was touching it. That's why I'm like, well, hey, they were chatting off to the side. I'm like, I'm just going to, excuse me. One of those things you got to kind of work around a little bit from somebody, but they clearly weren't ordering. I made sure, and they weren't. And I grabbed the box of chicken. And they're like, oh, hey, he's taking our chicken.
So it sounds like Kevin ruffled some feathers.
Oh, I did. Oh.
Hey, he was in a chicken about the situation.
Actually, I was like,
He put it back.
Yeah, I was a chicken.
He was a bitch ass.
I was going to say,
I would have done the same thing because, those people were negotiating for that chicken, and you don't want to be that guy.
I know.
That's bad chicken karma.
Yeah, I felt it just was, you're right. And then you know what? Something would have happened. I'd have got home and I'd have choked on a bone.
Yep. You would have got like a beak in yours and choked on
Were
it.
you alone or by yourself?
I was with the queen.
So you had a wingman.
I did, yeah.
All day long.
I did. He's here. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, got a lot of good comments on wings. So yeah, it's just fun. It's just fun.
Food is just fun. It
Food
brings
is
people
fun.
together,
Yeah.
man. That's why
Food is
people
fun.
love it.
I had
Yeah.
wings last night too, because
Yeah.
it was my first meal since Tuesday. I've
Okay.
been juicing, and I ate like a hard-boiled egg on Saturday, but that don't count.
That's
Poor
so
butthole.
gross.
So last night I was like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna have a nice meal with the family. I made Magnolia come home because she hadn't been home all weekend, and we all sat down and got PA barbecue. Because I thought, okay, let's do a little ribs. Let's do some wings. I got these honey hot garlic wings. Have you had those from PA Barbecue?
No, see, there's so many wings that I need to start getting.
I highly recommend the honey
Okay.
hot garlic.
Put it on the list, yeah.
Yeah, a top wing. I love the Thirsty Turtle wings. They're delicious.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah, I
honey
had
hot
those.
garlic was good too.
Yeah, I already talked about the wings. People gave me some great places, and so yeah, I love it. It's fun.
Man, I remember back when I was in college, I feel like I could go to places and they were selling like 3-cent wings. That bullshit's gone. I don't see that
Yeah,
anymore.
college towns do that. I went to High University, and in Athens, they had a big old, I think it was BW3, we call it Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that. I don't know if it's the same. Maybe it's something different. But they would do that. You get pitchers of beer dirt cheap. You get like nickel wing night, I think is what it was. And yeah, for college students, it was great. Place was always packed. It was awesome.
Broward County had a lot of that when I was going to Broward Community College. It seemed like they always had a wing and a beer night. And you're right, dirt cheap. You could eat like a king.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, you do that. Yeah, college food, man. And we had the wings were big. And then the biggest thing we had a thing called the burrito buggy. That it was this buggy, and it was stationed right because you would go around a corner from the dorms to where all the bars were. So they were so smart because you knew when you're coming back to the dorms, you had to turn around that corner, and there was the burrito buggy.
Looking like a golden snack.
Every night there was a huge line. You see all these drunk college students, and that was it. It was kind of fascinating because, you would lose your buddies at the bars because they were so packed, but then you would find everybody again in line at the burrito buggy.
That's fun.
And the burritos were the size of your head, and you would just eat the whole damn thing.
Were there
and-
nights where you were like, you know what? Screw getting some bush. I want the burrito. The burrito, the hooking up took back seat to the burrito.
I mean, you'd always try for that, but there was a time where it was just, the bar shut down. It's not going to happen.
It's not happening. It's burrito time.
But a burrito was a good consolation. It was great. If you went home assless, it
Absolutely.
was not a bad consolation prize to say, you know what? All right, I got a big ass burrito.
There's nights where you accept that it ain't happening. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to dance with the food instead tonight. I'm laying with her.
Yeah, it made no ass getting guys like me a lot cozier on a Friday, Saturday night.
A burrito, a pizza, it can save an assless night, Virginia.
It was, and it did. So, yeah, there's just some foods like that. They're just absolutely amazing. Let me see. Got a couple of emails here. One talking about the Sandler movie, Hubie Halloween, that we were talking about on the regular show today. It's on Netflix. It's their number 2 movie right now that they rank on their own system. Said, I think Bird would really like it. It's kind of what his Halloween trilogy failure tried to be. Just kidding, but it's on the same vein as Bird's movies. Okay. All right, well, there you go.
Gotta have the backhanded comment in there. That's just a must.
Mm-hmm. Another comment on some stuff. Bird, I wanted to tell you thanks for recommending the documentary The Phenomenon about UFO sightings. Very compelling and solid information on the topic.
I'm glad you checked it out. Awesome.
Where do you see that?
Oh, but if you just type up The Phenomenon, it will have. If you just put it in Google, they'll have where you can download it at.
Okay.
I don't know exactly where. I don't want to speak out of turn again.
Okay. I said also a longtime listener fan of KVJ living in Salt Lake City. Got some family in West Palm.
Nice.
That's everybody here in the Great Salt Lake about your show.
We got great numbers in the Salt Lake area.
Yeah?
We have 3 people listening. It's solid.
Nice.
Not as good as our Pennsylvania numbers, Kev.
Yeah. All right. Allentown. Doing great there. Thank you, Andrew, who had sent that in. So, pretty cool stuff. Let me see some other stuff got going on here today. Did you guys see that how it started versus how it's going meme that was going around over the weekend?
I did.
What is this about?
It was cute, and people were taking, you could do a lot of different stuff. It kind of like it started like how things started for you. I think I saw it was like Patron. Somebody had started with a bottle of Patron, and then how it started, and then how it ended, and then the next frame is just black. The ones that I saw that were kind of cute, some people were doing it on their relationships. And one was somebody that he was with his girlfriend. It looked like they were maybe like a junior high dance, and they were together. And then how's it going? And it was their wedding photo, like 10 years later.
Oh,
so
that's
it's kind of like
cute.
it's kind of like a 10-year snapshot. And so, I saw some of that kind of stuff.
Could it be if you start the beginning of a new relationship, it shows a picture of fireworks, and then after it shows a guy having his hand blown off from the firework for the after? Would that work technically?
I don't know.
Before, after? Does that not?
How it started versus how it's going?
Yeah, that could work.
I guess you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm asking examples.
I think you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything like there's the rules of how it started, how it's going.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The likes will tell you if you're on the point or not.
Yes.
Yeah. People let you know pretty quick. Yeah, so that was one of the viral trends that I saw from over the weekend. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe we should do a KVJ one.
I'm definitely not doing the firework one. That one did not hit well. Is this
might.
fucking thing on?
It might.
Well, you got to blow your hand up for it, so please don't.
I'll just rip that from Google Images.
Oh no, we had
get sued again.
we had a meeting that you missed last week on that.
You can't rip anything.
No.
I don't. You put memes up, and I'm too scared to do it. In fact, I think some of the memes are illegal, but we're still getting away with it. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm fucking scared, Kevin.
Yeah, we had a big company thing on that last week. They were like, because
Did somebody screw up again?
I don't know if I know that they had somebody that had tried to come after us, and I think what had happened was they had done it right, and they were able to show them their work and say, no, actually, we had the right to post this. But
It shows you, though, people
Yeah.
are looking and wanting to sue people.
especially for companies like what we're in, and they will take a photo and then it has a like watershed mark in it, and apparently if you post it anywhere on social, it pings them and lets them know that, hey, here's an IP that posted this photo, go get them, and it's usually like $25,000 a case. Yeah.
I ain't posting none of that shit.
Yeah, so they don't play. Basically, they could have just cut the meeting down to, hey, you know what? Don't post any of that stuff.
How long was the meeting? I was getting tested for COVID, dog.
Yeah, it was about 20 minutes.
It wasn't bad.
That's not bad.
No.
No, they did
There's
a good
some
job keeping it
meetings that
short.
there was one meeting we were in. I swear to God, it was 3 hours long. That was at our old company, though.
Yeah.
Remember that? There was one really long meeting. We're all looking at each other like, the fuck's going on here?
I think any more people are, they've got to it, and I'm that way too. It's like, you know what? Organize your damn meeting. Don't draw me into something that's going to take away from me doing other stuff, and get to the damn point.
And
You
they
know,
did. They got to
yeah.
it quick. I love that.
I think you're right. I think people are trying to move things along quicker these days.
Well, they realize attention spans aren't the same. And if you're going to give me all this extra work, don't draw me into something that's pointless BS and then waste my day and then expect me to get your other work done. So I think they are getting a little bit better with that.
And I'm not just talking about, I'm just talking about people in general. Society.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Society, man.
It's changing. Every day it's changing. Yeah, I saw, and you know, guess wouldn't be surprised, but they're saying that pretty much all computer workers who are already working remotely, really none of them are going to go back. I know we're downsizing here because they're saying, you know, we don't need all this space. We're paying all this extra money and rent, and we can make this a lot more concise and efficient. And
yeah, I mean, if you cut your rent in half because you got rid of half the desks and those people are now working from home, it's changing with the times. It's smart.
Well, that's why me and Denny's were here on a Sunday afternoon cleaning out that closet because they sold the top half part of our building here on the 5th floor. We now share a building with somebody else, and they have our old closet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so that's why we had to do it.
That's the way it's going.
I wonder how, and we should talk to, because we're buddies with the building owner. I wonder what it's like for commercial property owners right now. Are they freaking out? Because we ain't the only ones downsizing considerably. And are people out there looking for commercial retail space and office space right now? Everything I'm hearing is that's taking a huge hit.
Well, it was big before the pandemic, and it's even more pronounced now. The world was, you heard all those things about malls having to reinvent because people were getting away from the brick and mortar, and they were doing more of the Amazon and the online ordering. And it's only increased. The numbers that I was reading on how many more people are doing the online ordering since the pandemic is ridiculous. So I would imagine so.
Yeah, I mean, I can see people who do computer work staying mobile at home, but there's still just too many jobs out there where you have to get off your ass and go out and do.
Sure, there's still
And
a lot of
that's
people
not.
that
I
are
know there
going
was
to work.
talk about how everything's going to go mobile.
Not everything,
This
yeah.
is impossible.
And they do say that, you know, I think people still go because they are finding that for training people, especially when you have new workers, it's good to have them all in one central location so that they can get the proper training. But I think to that point, what we're finding out, maybe you don't need as much space. Still good to have some space, but you maybe don't need as much, and maybe you don't always have to be in the office to do your work.
For some people, though, I do feel like getting out of the house, even if they hate their job, going and being around people helps with anxiety, depression, and mental health. I think sometimes you got to be around people. Just me being at my house for 2 days doing the show by myself there with y'all, I can see if I had to do that for a month or two, I would become severely depressed. Very.
Well, I think what's good for people is people are finding out that, and bosses hopefully are going to get more flexible. And I hear that a lot of companies are now using this as incentive to hire the best employees, saying you can work from anywhere. And I've seen that where people are posting up my office and they're sitting at a beach and they're doing their work there just looking at the ocean all day.
But if you're killing it and you're grinding and you're getting the work done and you're putting in a superior performance, I mean, if I'm a boss, I don't care where you do it from.
If you post that at the beach with my new office, #killing it, go fuck yourself. You're annoying.
I just think it's just the times. And the bosses that embrace it are the ones that I think are smart. The ones that say, oh, no, everybody must punch a clock and face-to-face. And times change.
Yeah, well, I even found just even for what we do that I got a new realization those 2 weeks we had to broadcast from home saying, you know what, the equipment is getting better. It's easier to do, and a lot more shows, broadcast-wise, you're doing it from anywhere.
It can be done, provided your technology doesn't take a turd like mine did on the last day. Oh, I wanted to boot that computer through a window.
Yeah, stay away from turd equipment.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was my Wi-Fi. I was hardwired, though. That wasn't my Wi-Fi. I don't know what that was.
You're just hardwired in general, dog.
Yeah.
They gave me a 200-foot cable to hardwire myself. So I ran that all the way from the den up into my bedroom.
Well, I think because of the pandemic, the one thing that you will probably really start seeing is areas putting a higher imperative on getting really great, fast Wi-Fi. Whether,
Yeah.
5G is the new thing, no
And
matter what the area is.
bandwidth and all that.
Yeah, my mom, my parents are kind of like up in that type of area, and they don't yet have the really fast bandwidth. There's caves and all that kind of stuff. And I was talking to my mom about that. I said, really, they need to get that. She's like, well, I think the whole point of coming here is that you unplug and people don't want that. But I said, look, you're going to have people that are going to come from big cities. They're going to have the kind of money that'll pluck down for a really cool place, and they'll spend a lot of cash in that area, and you want them there. And they may come there to work. And they will start, I think you'll probably start seeing maps of this has 5G, good Wi-Fi, and people will start picking vacation spots based on that. I've been talking to the Queen because, she loves those vans that people trick out.
Yes, I'm with her. Those are so cool.
She threw out the idea. She's like, well, since you did the show mobile, she said, what I would like to do, and I don't know what summer would be, but, she's a teacher, and so she is off. She's like, we need to just go drive the country, and you can still do the damn show and prep from your computer, and then whatever city we're in.
Put like a satellite on top of your little van?
Well, if you found Wi-Fi and you're in an area, and that's where I would like to start seeing this. I don't know that America's there yet, but imagine if there was a map saying, hey, Kev, if you look on this map, all these places have suitable Wi-Fi where you could actually dial in and do the show. I could be sitting on Long Beach in California and plug in and be super fast speed, and you wouldn't have any idea that I'm not in the studio.
You can
Interesting.
text a photo of you. My new office, #killing it.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, just to aggravate you.
I'd be happy for you. I want to stow away.
That'd be kind of cool, though, wouldn't it? I was like, that would be kind of neat.
There are some sick little vans.
Yeah.
And I bet you could get them for about the same price as a luxury SUV.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if more and more people, if this pandemic, you talk about what will change, and I'm wondering if maybe people won't start saying, boy, you know what, one thing that really kept me straight during the pandemic was getting out, seeing nature, and I realized how much that centered me and made me feel at peace with life.
So many people are writing that on social media, and
Yeah.
they're thankful in some ways for the pandemic because it brought them
Yep.
in the woods and
Centered you.
camping.
Yep.
And it brought them with their family.
Right.
I truly believe we're supposed to be out in nature.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a connection with our soul to the
Yeah.
outside. And we've gotten away from that because of technology. Technology is good, but you can get away from, being on that right path.
Right. So I was thinking about that. Like, that would be pretty cool. It'd give me a lot to talk about on the show. Never know where I'm going to pop up. Each day I'd be somewhere else. And we were talking about
neat.
going all the way out to like Yosemite, California, all the way through. Just doing a summertime thing. Everybody's doing their own little vacation stuff anyway.
I love it.
Yeah. And she won't let me drive anyway, so I get to prep while she drives. And
You could probably, if you figured out an area, you could do the show while she's driving.
yeah, and we probably in the morning would be, because we'd wake up no matter where we might be. The only thing in California would be weird because it'd be like 3 a.m., but still.
Are there places where you can go to a campground and you know how you can like hook yourself up for electricity? Do you hook yourself up for Wi-Fi?
Yes, they have those
They
places.
do.
They do.
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I'm saying. I haven't done the research on it yet. I would start, but that to me would be a major selling point. If you could pull into a place like that, that's where the discussion happened with my mom. I said, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, to at least have the option. And if you don't want it, don't use it. But
Right.
if you're wired with 5G and you have the fastest internet on the planet for these vacation spots, people still like to get whatever it might be. And maybe it's they just want to stream Netflix, or maybe they just still want to check the news or whatever it might be. Then I think it's better to have it than not.
Absolutely.
And I said it would be a draw for me because if it was a place that didn't have it, I'm like, oh, I can't go there. Not that everybody's trying to do a radio show remotely, but
Oh, I can't wait to see which minivan you get.
they're those Sprinter vans for the most part. It's the one she seems to like.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, she had a friend of hers that got one and they did it and tricked it out. So she would love to do
How much
now.
did it cost her friend?
I don't have an exact price tag, but they live in a different financial stratosphere than we do. So
Okay.
we wouldn't have the same. Their family's ridiculous.
You poor?
Yeah, mine.
They're driving around in one like Michael Jordan's kids.
Mine would have like that AC hanging out the back of it. You know how they would do that?
Yes.
That's more what, my van would be like, but it still is an interesting thought. And
I think there's people out there making those things now, so you could actually
they are, yeah.
you could hire somebody and make it to your customization.
Yes. You
That's
can.
cool.
People are doing that. And they're doing more because that Sprinter van is a little bit more of a newer look. And TikTok, I think, is also because everybody's been taking those, converting them, showing how they're doing them
Yes.
for the cheap. And so that seems to be a hot thing that is going on. So, yeah. Keith said, yeah, Kevin, when you cruise through Juarez, we can actually hear you being decapitated.
Yeah, film it.
I will broadcast my,
Oh my gosh.
death.
5G.
Yes. Doug says Kevin the Queen could pick up a mask off the ground in each state. There's so many.
That's amazing.
There's so many pluses to this. I can only imagine all the stuff I'd be able to share with the audience. We could do a contest, win Kev's head.
I think it would do very well in the ratings.
I think it might. I don't know of any other radio show that's giving away their host's head for somebody to win.
No, I've never heard that
Yeah.
bit.
Maybe this is the move we need to finally be considered for the Marconi. Marconi.
What's it called?
The Marconi.
Marconi.
The Marconi.
Marconi.
The Marconi Award.
Yeah. So there you go. So it's changing the world. The world is changing.
Yes, it is. Buckle up, kids.
I'm going to the woods.
Couple of questions we have, America Anderson said, what's the name of the juicing company that you guys used? It is Squeezed.
Squeezed.com. Order by 1, get it fresh on your doorstep by 9 p.m. I did it all weekend. I did it till Saturday. I loved it. I really do. And now I do what Kevin does. I'll use it as a meal replacement.
Yeah, it's a good little thing to do. It's because that is the one thing that if you ever see what they recommend that you should eat in vegetables a day,
I know.
You're like, I mean, how in the hell am I going to eat all this in vegetables in a day? It's tough.
That's how I've been trying to get more vegetables in my system, but I've been doing shakes and juices and stuff like that to make it not such a burden.
Yeah. And so that's why I think it is great. And it's good because it's delivered, it's easy to do, it tastes good and all that good stuff.
You know things are fucked when you get excited for lentil soup. That's when you know, I mean, just everything's gone off the rails.
Yeah. So there you go. So yeah, so it's good to get that stuff, and I know there's different stores you can get to, but like I said, with the delivery, it's good, and the price point too.
It's not that bad.
No, my wife and I are into all that juice stuff, and so I get it like wherever I go. If I'm not there, and I got some at home, but I may get out and I may get a little. All that stuff you're going to pay a little bit for. They get you for the healthy food stuff. But I got to tell you, honestly, I've never felt better. I eat pretty much entirely clean, and it does do wonders.
Yeah, I found that the Squeezed.com juice cleanses are actually cheaper than some of the store juices.
Yeah.
So, and then the store doesn't deliver it right to my front door that same day.
Yep.
We did the cost and compare. I'm very happy.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. Well, you can check it out there. You got anything else? You can always send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Why do you get on the After the Show podcast here, the regular show? Hope you guys have a very happy Monday. We will see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.